Ramses II built this temple at Abu Simbel, Egypt. He was a great and powerful pharaoh. He was a warrior king who led many military expeditions and expanded the empire. He built many cities, monuments, and temples. One of his greatest achievements in architecture is the Temple of Ramses II.
During his reign, Ramses II wanted to glorify his military victories, intimidate his enemies, and seat himself amongst the gods by leaving records of his dominion through architecture. He wanted to glorify his name and ensure his legacy would survive the turbulence of time. Therefore, he commissioned the construction of the Temple of Ramses II. The Temple of Ramses II was constructed to intimidate his enemies, the Nubians, and also to glorify himself. In front of the temple are 4 colossal seated statues. As you can see here, one of the statues does not have a body due to an earthquake. But the rest of the statues are sitting up perfectly straight in a confident posture. At an intimidating height of 65 feet, these statues are the embodiment of unlimited majesty and power. In between his legs are small statues. These statues represent his family members. So even though his family members are with him, they are tiny in comparison. They are tiny in comparison to his immense power. Above the entrance, you can see the depiction of the god Ra. The god Ra is the god of sun and radiance. Ra is holding a hieroglyph user in his right hand and a feather in his left hand. The feather represents the goddess Mot, who is the goddess of truth and justice. Next to this image of the gods are 2 depictions of the king, Ramses II. Ramses II is worshipping the gods in these depictions. However, although he is worshipping the gods, he is also glorifying himself because his throne name is User Mot-Ra. As you can tell, the word Mot, who is the goddess of truth, and the word Ra, who is the god of sun and radiance, are included in his throne name. Therefore, by worshiping these particular gods, he is also glorifying his own name. A network of chambers tunnel 150 feet into the cave. Ramses II clearly wants to state that he is not only one of the greatest pharaohs while alive, but he will be one of the greatest pharaohs throughout eternity.
In the 1960s, the Egyptian government planned to build the Osman High Dam on the Nile, which would conserve water, but unfortunately would submerge the temple underneath it. So over a span of 4 years, the Egyptian government carefully dismantled the temple and put it above the plateau on the cliffs where it once sat below.